He was once the symbol of success in hip-hop, a music mogul whose name defined an era. Sean "Diddy" Combs wasn't just an artist, he was an empire. The founder of Bad Boy Records, he launched the careers of legends like the notorious B.I.G., Maze, and Faith Evans. His fashion line, Sean John, filled the closets of millions. His love life made headlines, his parties were the stuff of legend, and his public persona projected charisma, power, and control. But beneath the polished surface of platinum records and champagne-soaked celebrations, a storm was brewing. One that would eventually erupt into a federal courtroom in Manhattan, tearing down the myth of invincibility Diddy had built around himself. The world knew the mogul, but few knew the man behind the curtain. In the shadows, allegations of abuse, manipulation, and a chilling culture of control have surfaced. Not just rumors whispered in the industry, but first-hand accounts from women who say they survived trauma, threats, and even violence. The center of it all? A powerful figure whose charm and fame, they claim, masked a much darker truth. It all began to unravel when Cassandra "Cassie" Ventura, Diddy's longtime girlfriend and former protege, stepped forward with a lawsuit in late 2023. What she revealed shattered the public image he had so carefully cultivated for decades. She painted a picture not of a lover, but of a tormentor, a man who allegedly surveilled her, drugged her, and subjected her to years of mental, emotional, and physical abuse. In legal documents, she claimed their relationship was built on power imbalance, fear, and isolation. But that was only the beginning. Cassie's testimony opened the floodgates. Soon after, another woman emerged, known publicly only by the pseudonym Mia. She wasn't a stranger to Diddy's world. She had been his personal assistant and a film executive for his company between 2009 and 2017. Mia's testimony, delivered in a quiet courtroom but echoing across the globe, was harrowing. She told jurors that she had been sexually assaulted by Combs on 4 separate occasions, one of which happened while she was sleeping in the staff room of his Beverly Hills mansion. Her voice reportedly trembled as she recalled waking up to the unthinkable. "I knew his power," she said. "I knew his control over me. I didn't want to lose everything I had worked so hard for." These were not just claims. They were indictments of a culture built on silence and fear. And one of the most chilling moments centered around a single night, the now infamous Prince Party incident. According to Mia, it was 2010, the night of the Emmy Awards. Diddy told Cassie he would be spending the evening with his children, and Mia was instructed to stay with Cassie at a nearby hotel. But when word spread about a secret Prince performance, a once-in-a-lifetime invite-only event, the two women couldn't resist. They snuck out, unaware that what awaited them would forever change the trajectory of their lives. Cassie testified that she spotted Diddy at the party unexpectedly. His expression alone was enough to terrify her. "I caught a glimpse of him, left the party, and ran out as fast as I could," she told the court. "I knew he was angry at me." Mia followed. They tried to flee, but according to her, Diddy caught up with Cassie outside of Prince's estate. What happened next was described as violent and sudden. Diddy, she claims, tackled Cassie to the ground and began attacking her. It was only when Prince's own security intervened that the beating stopped. The next morning didn't bring peace. It brought punishment. Mia testified that she was suspended without pay by Diddy's team. The reason? Insubordination, according to HR. Not the trauma she endured, not the violence she witnessed, but the audacity to disobey. Back at the hotel, Cassie said the abuse continued. Makeup artist Myla Morales later testified she witnessed Cassie with a swollen eye, bruises and a split lip. He threw luggage at me, screamed, and called me names, Cassie recalled tearfully in court. It wasn't the first time, but that night, I thought I might not make it out. And this wasn't an isolated event. More former employees came forward. Personal assistants, stylists, dancers, and even former stars. George Kaplan, Capricorn Clark, Dawn Richard from Danity Kane, stylist Deontay Nash. One by one, they shared their own experiences or confirmed what they had witnessed. Moments of explosive rage, psychological manipulation, and terrifying control. Some described Diddy monitoring Cassie's phone, dictating what she wore, where she went, and who she talked to. Others recalled his temper behind closed doors, his paranoia, and his relentless need for control over every aspect of his empire, including the people closest to him. Still, Diddy's legal team is pushing back hard. They argue that the sexual encounters were consensual, the accusations exaggerated, and the lawsuits opportunistic. They claim this is a smear campaign, fueled by money and revenge. A coordinated attack on a man who's always been a target due to his fame, success, and race. His attorneys point to inconsistencies in the stories, the lack of criminal charges until recently, and the sudden wave of civil suits, suggesting they were sparked by media sensationalism and financial motive. But the court of public opinion isn't waiting for a verdict. As the trial enters its third week, more accusers are expected to take the stand. Cassie remains the centerpiece of the prosecution's narrative, not just as a witness, but as a survivor whose story encapsulates the broader themes of coercion, celebrity privilege, and unchecked male power in the entertainment industry. Diddy's empire is crumbling, not just legally, but socially.
In terms of
brands are cutting ties. Collaborators are staying silent. Old interviews and incidents are resurfacing, like that now infamous clip of him clashing with a radio host, or rumors about other stars who allegedly distanced themselves from him long before these lawsuits came to light. In the midst of all this, one question keeps echoing. How could this go on for so long without accountability? Was it the money? The fame? The culture of silence that has long protected powerful men in the music industry? For years, Diddy stood as a symbol of black excellence, a rags-to-riches story, a success blueprint. But as each testimony unfolds, that image begins to fracture. What we're witnessing is more than a trial. It's a reckoning. A confrontation between perception and reality, between power and vulnerability, between what the public wanted to believe and what survivors claim they endured. And perhaps most importantly, this is not just about Diddy. It's about the system that allowed this behavior to fester. The handlers, the enablers, the executives who looked the other way. The culture of silence in the entertainment world is being dragged into the light. This is a developing story. As more names surface and more voices speak up, one thing becomes painfully clear. The glitz and glamour of hip-hop royalty is no longer enough to shield the powerful from consequences. Will this trial be the tipping point that finally breaks the cycle? Only time and justice will tell.